What happened there? Hold on. There we go. Merry Christmas, everybody. It is Christmas Eve. That means tonight we're doing a bunch of giveaways, and I'm asking the question, what's on your arcade Christmas wish list? On, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Another episode of this week. No, wait, not this week. An episode of streaming. 5 days of streaming. That's right. We're doing 5 days of streaming. This is day 3. My voice is almost back. So close. So close. But luckily, just luckily, I have some beverage to partake of. Just another old fashioned. I had a good friend of the channel send over some syrup that I decided to try, and it's not too bad, fellow viewer. Thanks again. And Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Tomorrow's the day. It snuck up on us, but it's finally here. Cheers, everybody. Lots to talk about tonight, lots to discuss, some stuff to give away, but I want to catch up with everybody and say hi and see how your Christmas vacation is going so far. Maybe you've been stuck working. Hopefully today was your first day off. If you had to work at all this week, take today off, take Friday off, have a whole weekend, a nice long 5-day weekend to just relax, hang out with family, and of course, do some retro gaming, of course, and arcade gaming as one does when they have some time off. Want to say hi to everybody real quick, but before we do that, let me go ahead and just double check this. Okay, that is good. Let me put that over there. All right, so grab your drink, your eggnog, whatever it may be. Kick back, relax. We're going to have some fun tonight. Like I said, we're going to have some giveaways, probably do 3 giveaways from the merch store tonight. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. What arcade is just something what game, if you could just have it reproduced, or if you could buy it, let's say no matter what it is, you got the room for it, you have a little corner off to the side where you can fit it. I want to know what that is. What is that number one game that really just takes you back? And it's like, let's just say you could find it and it's perfect. It's in perfect working order. You've got a spot for it. One game, what would it be? I got another poll question going on. As you ponder that, one of life's greatest questions, as you're pondering that and figuring out what you want to talk about tonight, I got a poll question up in the live chat. That's right. If you're watching me live, you can vote in the live chat. We talk about it at the end of the show. Tonight is no exception. I'm going to jump over here. We're talking about types of arcade games, the classes, the types themselves. What is it? If you could have that game, whatever game you want, ever created, what type would it be? We're going to talk about the actual names and all that later. But what type would it be? I wanted to kind of narrow that down in the live poll question tonight to kind of get an idea of, everybody talks about their favorite game and they talk about the usual suspects. But what type of game is that? Sometimes that gets lost in the phrase. Sometimes that doesn't really get picked up. Sometimes people say, oh, yeah, well, that game is better. But what type? Because I think that there are certain types of games in the arcade that the arcade really just maximizes the experience. It's just like this all-in-one package, and you can only get that in the arcade. And that's what I want to talk about. So tonight you got 4 different choices in the live poll. We'll talk about your specific game here later on. But your 4 choices are simply this: Driver, that game, that perfect, your number one arcade game. Is it a Driver? Is it a shooter? Is it a beat 'em up? Side-scrolling beat 'em up. There's a ton of those out there. Or is it a fighting game? Tell me what it is. Vote, vote, vote. What is your favorite type? The game in your mind that you just love the most. What type of game is it? Let us know. I want to know what that category is. One of the categories is actually kind of running away with it right now. I'm curious to see how that shakes out as the night goes on. That's going to be an interesting one for sure. So make sure you let your voice be heard and vote, vote, vote. Okay, let's say hi to the top 10, the first 10 comments of the night. Every single night we do this. We say hi to at least the top, but this is Christmas Eve. We're probably going to say hi to most everybody because I'm sure it's going to be a light night because you're probably spending time with your family. Now, if you're an old man like me, all your kids are grown. They don't need you hanging around reading them stories as a single tear rolls down my cheek. Yeah, those days are kind of gone for me. Grandkids are over in Seattle on the West Coast. So I'll just hang out here and spend time with you. Drinking and talking arcades. How about that? So let's talk about the first top, or not the first top, but the first one, the number one slot, the coveted number one slot tonight. Who is it? It is JJ coming in hot in the number one spot. What's going on, buddy? Howdy, 19K Fox. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everyone in the chat. I chose a driver from your poll. I'd love a Sega multicade racer with Daytona, Virtua Racer, Sega Rally, etc. So that would be incredible. If they could, and I say they, anybody, whoever. I don't even care who the arcade company is, whether it's Basic Fun, Iconic, Unico, whoever. My Arcade, if they want to make a full-size rig or a 3/4 scale rig, get that Sega license. Get that Sega license. We got to have that. But also, there's a ton of midway racers out there too that just have not been optimized yet or haven't been taken advantage of. Get that, put it in a package, shoot it out there. I mean, there's a ton of those out there as well. But Sega is absolutely where it's at for sure. Coming in the number 2 spot is night number 3. Yes, got to be a shooter for me, Fox. Some of my faves growing up: Time Crisis series, House of the Dead series, Area 51, Lethal Enforcers, just to name a few. That's a hell of a list, Game Broker. Not too shabby. Coming in number 3 spot is Sir Sega with a Sega on his list, maybe. Merry Christmas Eve, Fox and Chap. I got a Dreamcast. There it is. Dreamcast to JAMA adapter for my Nova Blast. It works great and really fun. PS to JAMA on the way so I can play Narc from Midway Arcade Treasures. There you go. If you've got those 3 games, that'd be a hell of a multi-cade to have rocking in there. And if you don't mind, let me know. Send me an email. 19kfox1@gmail.com. I'm going to look into that myself. Let me know where you got that. Send me the link to those, and then I will share that on my socials, and then we'll see if we can't get everybody out there buying up some of those, because that's a really cool adapter. It's a really good idea for the Nova Blast, something I haven't got around to yet. I looked in a few shops and didn't find exactly what I want. So if you've had some really good experience with that, Sir Sega, if you don't mind, shoot me an email, 19kfox1@gmail.com, and let me know. Just send me a link. That'd be great. And then we can go from there. That'd be awesome. Coming in the number 4 spot is the lovely Retro Rosie 80s. Thank you so much for being here. Merry Christmas, one and all. Thanks for buying me. Thanks for buying me, Fox. Really enjoying it. Absolutely. You're very welcome. Outrun for me, but the original, both the original and 2, excellent choices for sure. Coming in the number 5 spot is Kevin V. Clausen. What's going on, buddy? It has to be a driving cab, Fox, because at the time we weren't old enough to have a driver's license. And that was all part of the thrill, brother. It's absolutely all part of the thrill. And Kevin is also gifting a membership. I really appreciate that. Members, we're going to have an after show tonight. It's Christmas Eve. Why not? So we'll wrap this show up, have our after show, wish everyone a fond farewell, and then there'll be no show tomorrow, obviously, because of Christmas. And then after that, let me clear that. Sorry. And then after Christmas, we will have 2 more days of streaming, day 4 and 5, kind of talking about the new year heading forward. We also got the first super chat of the night, $10. Thank you so much, Maximum Low Blow, for your $10 super chat. Whatever company gives me either House of the Dead, Tekken, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, or Gunblade New York, excellent, will be the company that gets my money. Shout out to Sega Marine Fishing too, but that's a pipe dream. Thank you so much for your $10 super chat. I really appreciate it. I know it's Christmas Eve, but you know where you're going, to the pit.
Finish him. Molina wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
We got Atheist of the North coming in the number 6 spot. Merry Christmas, Fox. Donkey Kong gets my vote. Excellent. And an absolute classic. Coming in the number 7 spot is Zero Cool. What's going on, brother? Good to see you as always. Merry Christmas, everyone. We also got Lou Dobbs is coming in the number 8 spot. Happy New Year's, Fox and friends from formerly known as Highwaymen. That's where the logo, that's why. Okay, I remember that. Get yourself a bottle of Uncle Nearest 1856 Delicious. I will absolutely do it, man. Listen, I don't need much encouragement to buy another bottle of bourbon, but I'll take the advice for sure. Coming in the number 9 spot is Gin Rummy. What's going on, buddy? Cheers, Fox. Thanks for the extra content this week. Thank you for watching. I know this is kind of a lull for a lot of people. I know most of YouTubers take this time off, which is probably smart, but I usually travel so much that I don't get to stream and make as much videos as I want to. So this is my gap filler. This is my time to kind of get in there and fill the gap and make some content and make some connections and talk about some of the stuff I've been wanting to talk about all year long. And of course, the number 10 spot is going to be rounded out by Bob. Always good to see you, buddy. Merry Christmas all. Yes, indeed. We got Milkman Classic is also here. We got Duke 3 Dog is also here. I'm in the chat. Put the old merch link up there in the chat. It's going to be the pinned comment in the live chat. Look at that store. If you win tonight, you're going to be, you're just going to go there, pick something out. And when you find something you like, you're just going to send me an email, tell me exactly what it is you want, and I'll just ship it to you. It's just that simple. We got Josh Denny in the house. We got Dan Z, little alien. What's going on, Justin? Good to see you as always, buddy. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, everyone. Absolutely. Who else we got in here? I got to scroll down here. Gallagher Guy is also here. Good to see you, man. Thumper Squid, what is up? Steve Sale, my brother. How are you doing? Hope you're feeling really well, buddy. And working on that new smile one step at a time. We got Messiah is also in the house. We got Dr. Freeman here. Setting Dr. Freeman 76. Once again, another very good year. Absolutely. Fox, I don't send you alcohol because it's not responsible. I send you super chats so you can pick your own alcohol. That's why I love you. And that's why I love you. But either one's fine. I'm not going to be mad at either one. I'm not going to be mad at either one. Is that stronger than eggnog? Depends on the eggnog. It depends on depends on who's doing the mixing, who's spiking the bowl. Good evening, everyone. Working Friday. Shit, man. Crap, man. Working Friday. That stinks. I think that they just didn't the president just make those both federal holidays? Christmas Eve and the day after Christmas. No matter who you voted for, everybody can get behind that for sure. Came to chew bubblegum and get some underwear, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm never going to be able to live that one down. Well, listen, before we get too far, and I'll pick right back where we left up there. Why does it keep putting my name up there? I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just get rid of that. I don't know why it does that. Stop it, you. There we go. Let's go ahead and kick off the first giveaway. How about that? How about we do that? So everybody get ready. Get your hashtags ready. You know how this goes. We're going to do 3 giveaways tonight. The first one's going to kick off right now. And it is going to be simply, this is all you got to do. Type in this hashtag that I'm about to show you in the live chat. And we'll let that go for a little bit, maybe 15 minutes. And then we'll pick a winner out of that, and then we'll just keep going again and again, and then we'll get a couple prizes out tonight. Kicking off Christmas. I'm in a gifting mood. The Christmas spirit is upon me. So let's go ahead and share this really quick. Get your hashtags ready, get your fingers ready, and it's going to be hashtag ho ho ho. No e's, all lowercase, no spaces. HOHOHO. Type that in the live chat, and we'll draw a winner here in about 10 minutes. Get your fingers ready. Go get in there. Let me see them hashtags flying. Okay. In all seriousness, probably Violent Storm, Beat 'em Up, and Night Stalkers. Very good. Or Night Slashers. I'm sorry. Very good. Yes, very good. Especially Night Slashers. It's a really good one. Race driving cockpit, yes, but at 750 pounds, not going to happen. Yeah, okay. I guess maybe in this make-believe scenario I've made up, it needs to be lighter than it originally was made. I don't know. If weight wasn't an issue too, let's say you had pretend it would be teleported into your house. What would it be? B Kirby, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you as always. Side-scrolling beat 'em ups, then fighters. There you go. WEC Le Mans with the mini cockpit. The cockpit, see, everybody's doing it. You're bringing up these racers with these cockpits, these unique arcade game playing experiences. That's what you're bringing up, and I'm digging it. Ask Fox about his Gran Turismo cab. Oh, I know. And I miss it. I absolutely miss it. That's why I talked about. I don't know if I shared this with the main channel. I know I shared this with the members. One of the projects for next year is to find a Sega arcade cabinet and then recreate my Gran Turismo cabinet. Recreate my Gran Turismo build, but starting with the actual structure of a real arcade racer. To get the spacing right, to get the wheels, to get all that, to have it really fit into my arcade. That's what I want to do. And then part of that process, I may be selling my Crazy Taxi. I don't know if I'm going to have room for everything. I'll see how that shakes out. But I obviously don't want to butcher the Crazy Taxi in any way, but I would like to get something just like it. There's a guy that's selling a Jungle Jamboree for like $400 down in Virginia. It's not working, and I think that would be perfect because nobody really likes that game. I can take all the parts out, sell those, get those out to people that actually want those parts, and then that'll be a great basis, a great structure to kind of start with. Widescreen monitor, and PS5 powered. So I'd have to buy another PS5. But for a small price to pay. And then I got to modify it because I got to have the Thrustmaster wheel and all that. So, but yeah, I would love to have a PS2 racer, which is kind of what I've been playing around with that. I've got a little stand in the office back there, and I want to get a good wheel for that. I do have a Gran Turismo wheel for a PS2, but I don't think that's going to work as a generic, like a general controller. So I can't play Burnout, any of the Burnout games. And that's what I really want to play. I mean, I want to play all the games, right? Especially those racers with the Midway Arcade Treasures on that third disc. But I just don't think that it's gonna. I don't think those wheels made specifically for Gran Turismo tend to just work with that game, and they don't really do anything else as with all the other different racing cabinets. Because sometimes it'll just act like an analog stick, and work just fine. So, but we will do some testing and see. Let's go. Keep moving on. There we go. Hey, Fox, for Christmas, I want Santa to buy me subscribers. Well, I think you can do that. Tell Santa to go to nefarious websites, and you can absolutely buy subscribers. Do you have a channel? You should start there. Get a channel first, and then buy a whole bunch of subscribers. That's really good. I heard that it won't even upset anybody else in the community at all. They'll be happy you did it. What up, John Fritz? My brother, Merry Christmas. Jinza, what is going on, brother? Merry Christmas indeed. This is my family, Fox. Those people in the house, they're just posers. They just want me to buy them stuff. They don't know nothing about arcades. I'm right there with you. They don't know nothing about those people up there. They just, when I'm talking, they smile. They do love me, but they just smile. And they pat me on my head and they say, "Oh, we're happy that you." We're happy you're liking what you're talking about. That's what they're happy that I'm happy. They're just like, I'm just like a grinning idiot sitting there rocking back and forth. Oh, look at him. Bless his heart. He tries so hard. His brain, it left him years ago. Like some of the people that attack my channel. Tonight, no one except me and my cat. Well, I bet that cat's sitting on your lap and you're petting it and warming the house and all is right with the world. Copy that. We'll do 19K Fox. Yeah, let me know, man. Because I want to I would love, that would be a really good, obviously I'll give you a shout out for that. But I'm rocking a Dreamcast too, man. And I've got some great Dreamcast games, especially of the arcade Persuasion. Let's see which ones. Of course, I got the Marvel vs. Capcom series. I got here's a no, that's a PlayStation. I grabbed the wrong stack. Hold on. I'm sitting here like an idiot. Well, of course, now there's this one. Yeah, you gotta have that one. And then, of course, there's this one. You gotta have that one. And Sonic Adventures, Xenocrisis. That'd be kind of fun to play, wouldn't it? Kind of fun to play. And then, of course, I got the Virtua Fighter 3. And then I just grabbed part of the stack. I didn't grab the whole stack. But yeah, that would be a great, man. That adapter would be awesome. And of course, I got Crazy Taxi too. But yeah, no, that'd be fun because they got some really badass stuff. They got some, Dreamcast has some great stuff for sure. Merry Christmas, Chris Ford. Thank you so much, man, for being here. Happy holidays, Fox Nation. Got to go with Galaga. Solid choice, my friend. Solid choice. You missed me. I was number 5. Did I? What? No, I did not. Did I? Did I not give you your? Oh my God, have I messed up the number? No, you were number 3, weren't you? That's where we started talking about this, right? I can't. Now you got me all messed up, man. Don't be playing with my emotions. Don't be messing with my top 10. If I did miss you, I'm sorry. My brain only works so good. So it only works so good. Let me scroll down here, try to catch back up to where I was. Copy that. Will do. I miss you. Okay. Did he just call me Justin? No. And I've only had one drink. Jason. Is that his name? Is that his name? Is that Jason? Jason. Man, I'm getting old. I'm going to blame the sickness for my recovery. Dark Realm GM, thank you for, let's bail me out of the situation, sir. 19K Fox. I wish you an awesome Christmas also to your family and friends. Stay safe, take care, and stay warm. Absolutely, sir. Thank you very much. Or ma'am. Don't want to assume anything. Thank you for always supporting the channel, hanging out, popping in and out of the live streams. Man, I really appreciate it. That did not happen. You misheard something. Hey, look, let's talk about my sweater. Is your sweater Bob Ross? It is awesome. It is. Yes, it is Bob Ross. Have a merry little Christmas. So, a little bit of backstory on that. Of course, everybody has their Bob Ross stories, but growing up in Texas, we didn't have cable. We just had, whatever was over the air, over the rabbit ears. So I didn't really get to experience old PBS and Mr. Bob Ross until I moved to Kentucky and I was working third shift. So, when you're working third shift, it's hard to sleep during the day. So I would get home in the morning, take a shower, eat something, and I try to lay down. You just can't lay down. So what I would do is I would just, nobody was in the house. I would switch on over to PBS, and they always had Mr. Bob Ross and the Joy in Painting series playing. KETV, Kentucky Education TV, I think that's what it was. And I would put him on, and I'd be out. He'd talk about them damn trees, and my ass was out quicker than you can think. I was done. Very soothing voice, for sure. Just don't call me Shirley. We're late for dinner. The drink is extra strong. Thank you. Now he tells me after I've called Jason Justin. You blame him. Just switch little alien, get him, mod his channel poorly next time. That's what you should do. What's he drinking tonight? To mess that up. It's been a long week. Been a long week for sure. It's a standard executive order. It's 100% accepted, but yeah, can't hate on that. Ho, ho, ho. Now here we go with the ho, ho, ho. Now I see a Merry Christmas, everyone. MSU Rich, thank you so much for being here as always. I think do we have enough hoes in this house? Sorry. I can't. The jokes write themselves, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. Do we have enough hoes in this house? I think we have. Let's go ahead and maximize this. And I apologize to all the pygmies. We're going to go ahead and draw real quick. Got 31 votes. Thank you, everybody, for entering. Who's going to be the winner of an item from the store? Who will it be? It will be, hey, what's going on, Sean? You have won. Write your entire name down. There we go. Sean, you have won. Congratulations, buddy. You have won the first prize of the night, and all you have to do, let me just put me up there. There we go. Sean, you are the winner. All you have to do, let me turn on the corrected banner, is email me at 19kfox1@gmail.com. Go to the store first. It's the pinned comment right up here. If you don't see that, you can go over to my channel, go to my About section, click on my store, peruse the store, and when you find something, t-shirt, hat, I don't care, whatever it is, just email me with whatever it is you want, in the color you want, in the size you want, and then just give me an address to send it to. It's just that simple. So congratulations, Sean, the first winner of the night, and there will be more. Stay tuned. So we'll have to back out of here and do another one. Let me get that set up just 1 second, guys, and talk amongst yourselves. Let's go with, there we go. Oh, no. Got to be all lowercase. There we go. Okay, we'll talk about that one in just a second. So, yeah, I want to hear more about, so we got the ho-ho-ho winners. Winner, congratulations. Costco had a sale on the Logitech G923 for $289. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Smile and nod. That's right. Pretend like I know what's going on until I can figure out a way out of this. So on my original Gran Turismo build, I had the Gran Turismo segment, it's a great wheel for the pedal set. Probably would work just fine. It was a custom racing. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. So the Thrustmaster worked really, really well. I got the one. It was the one actually made for Gran Turismo. Imagine that. It had the metal pedals. That was really, really nice. I think I bought it. I got it used from somebody. And it wasn't a smoking deal, but it was a good deal. I ended up saving like I think $150 on the whole combo, and then I bought the metal shifter, and that thing is badass. So I want to go probably back with those, but I'm gonna do a little more research into Logitech and see if that's going to be a better way to go than that Thrustmaster. But that Thrustmaster was pretty badass. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was a pretty stout rig. So I kind of want to go with what you know, but I'll check into that for sure. Matt, it's an okay name. It's a good name. Justin's a good name. Yeah, but only when it's your name. Yeah, Jasons don't like to be called Justins. Yeah, just saying. Just a good rule of thumb. Happy trees. Tapper, I say again, it would be printing money for any home arcade company to make. Some of these I just don't understand. I just don't get it, especially when it's an old game. This is legit. Okay, let me just say this. Okay, my mom used to do title work for big oil companies, and the old, when you would have to pull title or run title, you're doing that to make sure that the ownership of the land, specifically the mineral rights, is in the proper hands. So you're paying the right people when you decide to drill on their land for the minerals, right? So now most of us, when you buy a house, you own the land, but you don't own the mineral rights beneath it, right? I grew up on family land, so my family still owns the mineral rights, and I am a one. I don't know. There's probably like 30 cousins that own a spot of land in Texas that we currently have the mineral rights to, and I get letters from time to time, people wanting to buy me out of my mineral rights. They want to pay me. I think the last bid was $40. I could have walked away with a cool $40, but I said no. But anyway, the point is that you really have to go back and dig to find out who actually owns the land and was it sold and handed off between owners legally. These old games could be sort of the same thing. You had Midway being bought, I think it was by Atari, and then it was switching on. And then WEB comes in and all these different factions and companies that were part of bigger companies, and who actually made the game and was a person directly involved with that game. Do they have some sort of direct ownership of the game, not just the company? All this stuff you got to figure out. So I can understand in some ways while maybe that could be part of the problem while some of the older games don't get made. Because we know as far as emulation goes, it's dirt simple to emulate these games in a way that's highly accurate because they're just so basic and simple. And that's just the fact of the matter, right? So there has to be some complexity with that. And maybe if they're trying to get Tapper, but Tapper is a part of a big old glob, a conglomerate of a bunch of different games. And to buy Tapper, you got to get all these other games. Maybe it's just not been worth it for anybody. I'm trying to figure it out because I don't know. You would think that some of these like that it's just if you think man cave, okay, you're thinking bar, you're thinking beer, you're thinking, dartboard, you're thinking pool table, that kind of stuff. A golden tee somewhere in the corner, a beer themed freaking arcade game would be very good. It would be very good just for aesthetics, if nothing else. What I want for Christmas? Question: more space for home. That's excuse me. That may be the better. See, this guy's thinking ahead. Just to get another machine to cram in somewhere is one thing. To get more space, to cram many more machines in, now you're thinking ahead. It's like a wishing for more wishes. I'm on something. High on life. That's what I am. We were at the 30-minute mark, which means we got to do another giveaway, guys. Okay, so everybody get your hashtags ready. Get ready to strap in. Yes, the winner is Sean. Hopefully he saw it. And if not, I'll have to do a community post to remind everybody who won. Okay, next one coming up. Everybody get ready. I'm going to share my screen, going to have some fun, and I'm going to tell you what to do next. Wait, did I do it? Hold on. Okay, here it is. All lowercase, one word, actually 2 words smashed together. Hashtag very merry. I want you to have a very merry Christmas. That's right. Very merry. Hashtag very merry. Very merry. Let me scroll down and kind of get caught up where I was. We have okay, there we go. Sean did see it. Good deal, buddy. Good deal. All right. So you need to just shoot me that email once you find something you like, and we'll get you hooked up. Nice. I am not just shouting to the void to the void. No, you're not. Gold Bond medicated powder. That stuff's wonderful. Astroglide. Now we're going too far. Here we go. It is Christmas Eve. I'll let it slide. Good evening, Fox and chat. Happy Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas Eve to you, my friend. Stock Jock. Hopefully everything is well. Hopefully the weather is phenomenal in your neck of the woods. If you still have that Thrustmaster, then that's all you need for a racing cab. I don't. I actually sold the whole thing because you know me. I don't make always the best decisions. No, for me, for the new arcade space, that whole thing was just way too, it was longer than an actual racing cabinet. It was just too long, too elaborate. So what I will do is to keep all the same form factor. That's why I want to start with another Sega racer. Sega, I think, just made the best racers. I just like the way they look. I like the metal frame instead of, it's not just a couple wooden boxes, like the that's one of the problems with some of those midway racing cabinets is they're wooden cabinets held together with metal C-channel. Yeah, but the base itself is all wood. So it'd be better. I mean, if you want something more durable, go with the metal Sega racing cabinets. So find something, like I said, that's not working, but it's mostly there because I want that big ass marquee. I love right there. I love Crazy Taxi's big old marquee and the lights and everything. So I want to retain that. I'm going to have a big custom Gran Turismo marquee made. It's going to be sick. It's going to be the red and the blue. I get excited just thinking about it. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That is what I'm thinking. Okay, boom. That's a different store. That's an OnlyFans store. That's a different store. Yeah, no, they don't. That's not an option. They don't. Thank God that they don't do that. That's bridge too far. For sure. Okay, so Jay I'd rather have Frogger than Tapper, but that is a popular old game for sure. Yeah, I think what can be done? What can be done to bring some of these old games back? And you guys know I'm a 90s fan but in the 80s, I was so far away from an arcade. I rarely got the chance to go to an arcade, and it wasn't just a mom turns you loose type thing in the 80s for me. It was the late 80s, early 90s when I really got to get in arcades because I was old enough to, drive or ride with friends and all that, and got to get, I was allowed to be turned loose. And that's when some of, my fondest memories came from. But what can be done? Is it just simply somebody just recreates the cabs themselves? Is it a 1-for-1? Is it the 3/4 thing? Do we just got to have another G.I. Joe banging out these shapes, and then we have to figure out the electronics ourselves? What is it? Is it really not that profitable? And that's one thing we can't overlook. We talk about these game companies making these cabinets. Arcade One-Up only did so many games when they obviously had a big list of games. I mean, even if you look at the legacy cabs that eventually became deluxes, with 14 games each, they could have done a lot of different SKUs, a lot of different shapes. Is it just not that profitable? Is the risk too great? The shelf space, the size of these things, the price at which they're going for, is the demand really not there? I mean, we go back and forth about this all the time, and we say $500. Most people, I think, would rather pay less than $500 for a deluxe. I mean, generally speaking, yeah, sure, everybody would like to have one for free, but a lot of people just don't quite think. I say $500, but I don't know that everybody agrees with me. I think most people think that $400 would be a better place for all these things to be priced at for a deluxe type of form factor. It was Budweiser Tapper. I'd agree. Well, maybe that's a skin you can advocate for. Maybe Budweiser could step in and partner with, that was Midway, right? And they could make a Budweiser tapper. If you owned all these games, would you try to license them out to whoever? Wouldn't you go to beer companies and say, listen, what better way to advertise your beer? Or wouldn't it be a cool way for customers to bring your brand into their home arcades or into their man caves with not just a light that goes over the bar or a light that goes over the pool table or a sticker on their, dartboard? What about an actual branded Budweiser tapper? Now, some people would get pissed off because that's not legit arcade, but I don't know. Maybe that's would be the missing link. I don't know. Tapper. Back before Budweiser was woke. Yeah. It's a different time. Very different time. The world was a completely different place. Mineral rights, gas or oil. $40. 40. I think no all minerals. That's well, like I said, it's like me and like 30 other cousins, and I haven't been to the land in forever. I have no idea. Get a landman out there, check it out. Yeah, probably. I don't really care. It's not that if somebody came in and offered a bunch of money and everybody wanted to just sign off on it, I'd sign off on it. But I think we're all holding out for maybe one day. I mean, if $40, why would you even sell your little portion? It would be better to just wait, and then one day some company will come in and drill, and then I might get $80. I might be missing. I could double my money. Tapper is tricky because original was Budweiser themed. There was a little. Yeah, I think that there's room for Budweiser to come in and recapture that original IP. You can still have root beer tapper, I guess, for the kids, I guess. But I don't know. I think arcade games, think about your market. It's fair to say most tapper enthusiasts, the people that even know what the hell tapper is, are all of drinking age. I'm just going to put it out there. Everybody that even is anyone that would ask for a tapper arcade game is over 21. I know it's a stretch, but I feel confident in that answer. So why couldn't Budweiser work with that? I don't know why they wouldn't do it. Just do the root beer version. I don't get it. I just don't get it. There's no cab was Bud themed. Yeah, I know. Okay, so Arcade 1-Up was able to get tapper, but the root beer version, I'd take that for sure. Yeah, it was a really cool design, a cool style. They could have built it fairly slab sided and just have a couple bolt on cup holders, brown cup holders. That could have been fine. And yeah, he doesn't even like to taste the beer. What the hell? The local arcade place was an original tapper. It's really cool with the beer tap controls. Man, that would be really cool to see an original. I don't know that I've played an original. I've seen pictures of an original. I don't even know if I've seen an original in IRL, as the kids say, in real life. So I've never really played one. That would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah, I mean, even that. Oh my God. Thumper script. What? Oh, geez. Somebody get that man another drink. Oh, awesome. Very merry. It's very merry. Sorry, I'm late. Just saved the Thank God. It's about time. Did you have a hamburger with him? I hope so. Nothing says Christmas like some bad dudes. Absolutely. A great game. Don't listen to P-Dubs. He doesn't know what good is. Bad Dudes is awesome. Bad Dudes is awesome. Will they make RoboCop, though? Man, you know how freaking awesome that would be. I just got a third quarter arcade that I'm going to do a review on, the Lunar Lander. I'm excited about that one. Actually, after I got the first one, I was like, what? Why did I hesitate on getting one of these? Because they're really freaking cool. I mean, they just are. Yeah, they're big, but I don't know, because of the detail and the fact that they're actually playable. I mean, it just like quarter scale is like the size for sure. But man, dude, if Numbskull, if they can get RoboCop, that's gonna be freaking awesome. That is it's a fun game. Just anything, in any kind of 90s adult movie that was catered to kids, I'm all about. Remember when they made Rambo toys? Like First Blood. I mean, a traumatic story about a Vietnam vet who loses it and kills a bunch of people in a small town. And hey, you know what? That's a great kid's toy. I bought those toys when I didn't buy them, but I was given those toys as a kid. I remember the Rambo action figures, Machine Gun. Yeah, everything's great. Did you see the movie? No. Why? Because I'm 8. I was allowed to. Did you see where the guy took the knife and cut his shell? Oh my God, that sounds horrible. No, I'm just a kid playing with my toys. Army man, blow up stuff. Boom, boom, boom. That's all I knew when I was a kid. Little did I know, the movies would be so badass. Absolutely incredible. Okay, so we got a lot of very merries. We still have chaps. I don't know. I don't know why. You guys, what are you doing? Unless you wanted to go to Direct Drive, get into the Monza stuff. LOL. Moza? I don't know what that is. I don't know what to stop playing with. Is that something really cool? Or you just mess with me? Do you still have the I never had the Thigh Master. I never worked hard for my money. Ever. No. I never owned a leotard. Well, there was that one. But you and I swore we wouldn't talk about it anymore. Damn, James, bringing up his stuff. Are you looking at the wrong category? Check the edible section. All K-Fox had was a stick and a hoop, and we were happy to have it. Who said that? Come closer. I like to play it up, but I'm not that old. I mean, I say I'm old until somebody agrees. I'm like, hey, that was you have to say that. You have to do that. It's uncalled for. Are you kidding? Come on, 19 K-Fox. You need to update your store, man. Sorry. Who knew that the underwear option would be something people would complain about? But I guess in today's day and age, they're going to complain about anything and everything. Basically, you just need another G.I. Joe. RK1 are essentially just cell phones stuck to the back of a monitor. Fair. So if you wanted a driving cabinet, you just cut the shape and get Buy Stuff Arcade Gut. What is it? How do you know what I mean? Like, how do you crack it? Is it a company that makes generic shapes? Because I think everybody, because G.I. Joe even said this. So he talked about it on my show. I had him on the show. We were talking. And he was like, I offered a DIY option and everybody just wanted to pay extra to have it all done. People just want to have it complete. They want to have a one-stop shop where they can just have everything. And I say people, the majority of people, I think. They just want to have one-stop shop where they can just have it all done. They can just order something, pay a little extra, and all they have to do is assemble it. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if somebody could make a shell and then have a bunch of different I guess kind of like what Buy Stuff does, but they're in Canada, which we all know is communists, right? And they hate freedom. That's what I've been told. So that's Michael B. If you could have somebody regional, maybe in every country, so American company, Canadian company, so forth and so on, UK company, based in those countries, if they could make, just get the shape nailed with different skins options, so when you go into the store, you buy the racing cabinet and you get the decals you want from a pre-selected list. And then it just comes with a Raspberry Pi and you gotta do the rest. Is that the winning formula? Is that the combination we need? Maybe. Just maybe. But right now we're gonna go ahead and do the drawing on the second giveaway tonight. Very merry 41 entries. Let's go ahead and hit that draw button right now. Who will win? Sean is not eligible. It should preclude him from it. Glenn Allen Dude. Glenn Allen Dude. What is going on, Glenn Allen Dude? Welcome to the channel. I don't know that I've seen your name, but I'm glad you're here. You are the winner of the second item, the second prize. That's right, the second prize. So what do? The pinned comment in the live chat right now is a link to my store. Go to my store, pick out any single item. I don't care what it is. Sticker, coffee cup, hat, t-shirt, whatever you want. Whatever you want. And tell me what the design is. Tell me what color you want. Tell me what size you want. And then most importantly, tell me where you want me to ship it. And send all that information to 19kfox1@gmail.com. Why 1? Because somebody stole 19kfox@gmail. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Who would do that? Okay, get ready. There's going to be a third giveaway later on, guys. So hang in. That's not the next one. That would be a Back to the Future theme. And it's Christmas. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, moving on. Basically, you just need another. Yeah, we talked about this. Yeah. So is that the answer? $3.99? Sure. They did attempt to branch out on the legacy cabs with the Dig Dug Joust. Yeah, you're very correct. They did. There was sparks of hope, right? Sparks of genius, where you had, okay, here's a legacy, and it's Mortal Kombat, and it's Mortal Kombat themed, and it's Mortal Kombat button layout. But they made the Joust version. You know, when it came to the Pac-Man side, they made a Dig Dug version. So Arcade1Up made some attempts, and I wish that they would have done more of that instead of making 900 different Pac-Man cabinets. But I guess they had to. I don't know. It would have been cool if they could have just said, maybe instead of all the Pac-Man variants, let's make a different Atari variant. Maybe, just maybe. Or, I'm sorry, a Namco variant, a different Namco variant. Please, for God's sakes. But they didn't. But yeah, you saw some variation. You saw some differences. You even saw some Mortal Kombat 2 skins, some Mortal Kombat 3 versions. Didn't see a lot of variation on the Street Fighter. Now, you did see the Shinku Hadouken and the Yoga Flame. You saw those two, but they were like custom art packages. And you know John D loves Capcom, so they got some kind of custom treatment. I don't know how much that cost. But if they could have maybe gone with a different game, you know, same layout, but just skin it with something different. Would it kind of would have been cool to have a Captain Commando version, a Strider, I don't know, something Final Fight themed. Still had the 6 buttons, but they could have done a little bit more on the Capcom side. And there's still why we've lost all decorum. The show's gone off the rails. I don't even know. Jason here is losing his mind, saying Dingleberry. How dare you? Imagine a Bud Tapper, Golden Tee XL. That could be the greatest suggestion of all time. If you could incorporate a freaking dartboard in that would sell all of the sales. The things would sell everyone would buy that. A combination Budweiser Tapper, Golden Tee, Silver Strike Bowling, dartboard cabinet. They would make all the money. They would make all the money. They would make all the money. Okay, speaking of all the money, I got to give something else away. I can't be sitting here giving 2 things away when I said I was going to give 3. We can't do that. So let's go over there. Boom. Let's come down here. Let's do hashtag. No, that would be. I said I won't put that. I will just do this. Yeah, it's appropriate. I like that. Okay. All right. We're going to stay off of Hot Topics. I'm not going to say what I wanted to say. I'll save that for the after show because we're going to talk about some specific haters all up in the chat later on in the after show. If you want to partake of the after show, you got to be a member. Head on down, click on the join link. It's just $5 a month. You get access to all the after shows, some exclusive content. And of course, if you support with your for 2 years. If you make it to the platinum status, you get this sweet 19K Fox platinum hat, never to be sold ever, never to be replicated ever. I don't even have one because I haven't supported me for 2 years. Have you seen this channel? Moving on. Let's go ahead and share my screen. The final giveaway of the night, guys. Here you go. And it is, of course, hashtag Christmas. Hashtag Christmas. We started out with ho, ho, ho. We hit our stride with very merry. And now we're going to have us a Christmas, a hashtag Christmas. Christ, the reason for the season. If you don't like that, I don't care. There you go. Hashtag Christmas. Hashtag Christmas. Just came from Mass. Hallelujah. And once again, I love your Surf Planet logo. I still have my Surf Planet board. I think that game, while incredibly simple and maybe some would say dumb, I like it. I love the whole, I love the soundtrack. It's pretty cool. I haven't downloaded the one song because I thought that was badass. Very, very, very much 90s sort of punk, with a female lead singer. Absolutely loved it. Yes, sorry. Yes, Bourbon Cab. Take my money. Take my money. What did I miss? Nothing much. We're just chilling, hanging out and whatnot, being foolish. We got very merry. That part is over. I think I may have to scroll down a little bit. Just a little bit. I used to play Tapper and Root Beer Tapper in commercial arcades. Well, with Tapper Budweiser, you can't market with the rest of the cabs. You can't sell these toys with that branding. It'd be kind of like having Marlboro in the pole position game. Tend to agree, but it'd be cool if you kept it as a different sort of item. If weight and 36-inch doors wasn't a thing, I'd go with Afterburner, Race Driver, Sinistar, and Blazing Angels, all cockpit versions. So Sean, let me tell you, buddy, for me, and there you go. For me, if I had the space, if I had the money, I know that Afterburner is not the greatest game. I know it does get a little bit old. I know that G-Lock is actually more fun. I do know that for sure because I played both recently. But I would absolutely love the Afterburner Deluxe Cab. Yes, the same one seen in T2, because that was the first full motion arcade game I ever played in arcades. And I say full motion for what it was. And I love that cabinet. I love that game. I love the lights. I love the, fire, and all that. So if I could have that deluxe cabinet, if I had the space for it, I'd already have it. I've got the industrial mechanical experience, industrial electrical experience. So motors from the late 80s, I'm sure would be easy to source. I don't think that they use encoders. But the boards themselves would be something you have to really make sure you have the good driver boards for all the motors. But as far as everything, the maintenance on it, I think I'd be good with it. It's just finding the control boards, making sure the control boards are maintained. That would be the biggest thing. But beyond that, dude, what's more iconic? There's a lot of great cabinets out there, and I love them all. But that Afterburner Deluxe version, when you're sitting there and you're moving, the whole thing is rolling up and down, side to side, and dude, that was just when you, as a kid, you thought you were in a flight simulator. It obviously wasn't, but you just thought you were in a flight. And then of course, when you saw it in T2, oh, come on. Perfectly sort of encapsulating like the best of arcades, back in the day. Was in the middle of Die Hard and passed it. So, what? You're in the middle of the movie or the game? Hey, Fox, we got to push them to release the Numbskull to release. But yes, bro, if they could release RoboCop and then give us a 3-player version that would have for Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters, That's the killer, right? Think about your favorite arcade game or your favorite, let's say your top 5. You're probably going to have one of those licenses sneak in there because the game was just so fun and it had this cool movie tie-in and you just loved it, because of the fact that the movie was involved and all that. And that's always going to be the killer with all. I mean, honestly, look at all these different recreations, all these different arcades that came out from all these different companies. They never had a movie tie-in because it was always I would assume, a licensing nightmare. So if Numbskull can pull it off, if Quarter Scale can, or Quarter Arcade can be our hero, baby, I can be your hero, baby. If they can do this and lock down this license, starting with RoboCop, dude. I mean, obviously, the great thing about it is they can give the studio, here's the item, look at it, look at this, look at the quality. Get Cinema Bad Dudes, right? And say, all we do, we change the control panel, we change the bezel artwork, we change the marquee, but this is an exact replica of what RoboCop was back in the day. And RoboCop, kind of a dead franchise in a way. I mean, the PS4/PS5 game that came out is kind of a resurgence, but what a good way to capitalize on this. That brand and nostalgia. I mean, there's that scene from the movie where they have, Data East Games in the second RoboCop movie. It's just, it would be so sick. And I know they want it. Now, as far as the USB and HDMI out, that just goes without saying. I think here's what I think. Duke 3 Doug. Let's say they get the license. But then they're sitting around in the meeting and they're like, guys, we got to charge a lot more for this. What happened? Well, we had to pay $250,000 for the license. Oh, how are we going to recoup that? Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because we're charging like $250, $270 for the Bad Dudes. If we charge more, I don't know how we're going to justify that. Oh, I know. How about let's put a controller port on the front and let's go ahead and give them an HDMI out, so they can plug it into their TV if they want to. And then that way we can justify the extra cost because there's added functionality and they can put that right on the box. So that has to be part of the licensing agreement, obviously. But if they can be that forward thinking, we know they're going to have to charge a premium. If they want to justify that, on the box, you have HDMI out for the first time, and you have a big graphic for that, and that's how you sell it. You make sure you have that control port because, Bad Dudes doesn't have a controller port, and it's fine. You can't really play it on TV anyway. So the buttons it's pretty simple. I don't know that you necessarily need it. You needed four controllers for Turtles because you can't have 2 people, let alone 4 people around that cabinet. So I think that if they do, I think that's the way they justify the extra cost that they're going to have to charge because of the other costs that they're going to occur because of the licensing agreement. I think it's a great way, and maybe they've been thinking about this the whole time, and that's why they've held that back. So yes, it's RoboCop. Yes, it's $300 for a 2-player version, but we're going to include HDMI out, right? That's what. If you want to promote yourself, that's what you do. You add features. We know you're just paying for the license, but justify the extra cost by the feature, not necessarily by the license. Well, let's hope so. Let's absolutely hope so. Rambone was a great spinoff. Oh, geez. Once again, treading into territory. Yeah, the Rambo cartoon was awesome. Let me get all the way down here and see. Oh, we got a couple new members. We got Duke 3 Dog. What's up? Welcome to the members only live streams, members only content, and being a member. Welcome to 19 Key Fox Nation. We also have another new member. S Shrek has joined. And No. He didn't join. He gifted 5 memberships. S Shrek, thank you so much for gifting additional memberships and adding to the 19K Fox Nation. Once again, everybody that is now a member, hang out with me tonight in the after show. Mike will tell you, won't you, Mike? I'm a hater. You are not, lying ass. Lying ass. You ain't no hater. We're going to talk about the other haters. It's going to be great. It's going to be so fun. We're going to make fun of them. And if the haters want to know what's going on, they just got to become a member. Pay me $5. You can head on over to the after show where I show you my analytics. I show you all the juicy details. I give you all the meeting notes from the Illuminati. It's great. If you want to know what everybody else said about you, come on over. It's the only way you're going to know is paying me $5. It's shameless, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Okay, I think we got everybody else. Let's see, just make sure. Let me just scroll down here, make sure I got everybody. Hey, we got. Whoa, what the hell is going on? We got Molar Medic, a member of 17 months. 5 more months till I get my hat. Cheers to all. If you don't know what we're talking about, you got to become a member. These hats are sweet, custom made, engraved from granite. They're gonna be kind of heavy. They're granite hats, so they're way on your head. You're gonna have to work out a little bit. Maybe hit the neck, rotations. No, I'm kidding. They're not made out of granite, but they're awesome. They're very awesome. And Molar Medic has gifted another 5. Dang, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you. That is awesome. Would it be funny if one of those gifted memberships went to a lurker in the chat? I would love it if they would join me in the after show. Then all of the secrets would be revealed because they have nothing else going on. All they care about is other people's channels. But of course, if they would spend a little time on their own channels, maybe, just maybe, they would grow their own channels and then have so much positive stuff going on, they wouldn't have time to worry about other channels. But if you're worried about this channel, become a member right now and all secrets will be revealed. All my shenanigans will be laid bare for the eyes to see. But right now, guys, we got to wrap it up. But not wrapping it up in the traditional way. We got to wrap up this final. There we go. What was it? I join. I joined if you did a crappy magic show. You know what? I can't rule that out as a possibility. There may be bad magic in the background for sure. We got to finish up the drawing. We got one more drawing to go. Hashtag Christmas. Who will be the winner? Let's go ahead and head on over here. Nope. Come back. There we go. And let me jump over here and we're going to go do the drawing. 40 entries. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all for participating and jumping in and becoming an official entry. Before we go, guys, before I do any kind of a drawing, hold on, jump on over into the live chat. There's a poll question. Answer that question real quick because we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna talk about it, and I want everybody's vote counted. I want everybody's voice to be heard. Here we go. Drawing right now. Who will be the winner tonight? The third winner, and it is John Fritz, my man. Awesome. It's about time, buddy. You've been here for a little bit. You deserve it. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. John Fritz, hopefully no longer on the Fritz. Hopefully you figured that out and you're good to go. Congratulations on being the third winner. I will probably go ahead and post the 3 winners again on my community post just to make sure that they know that they won. Once again, you see the ticker right there. Once you go to my website or go to the store, pick anything out that you want, t-shirt, hat, bumper sticker. Sorry, underwear is currently not available. Whatever you want, and just let me know, first of all, the design that you want, the color, the size, and then most importantly, give me an address to send it to, and I'll send it out just as soon as I can. And yeah, congratulations to the winners. And Mike, I'm glad it wasn't you this week because that would have been awkward, and we would have had probably some issues. Absolutely. Did B Kirby just give 5 more memberships? You badass. I can't wait to see all the new members. And he did. Can't wait to see all the new members in the live stream where we say all the naughty words and do all the naughty things and go crazy. It's just a ton of fun, guys. I got to tell you, Christmas really snuck up on me this year. It kind of went by in a flash, but really glad it's finally here. Would you look at that?
What the hell?
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up.
Unfortunately, it is that time, guys. We got to go ahead and wrap it up. It's Christmas Eve. No show tomorrow. I'm going to give you one day off, but I'm going to expect you to come right back here the day after, where we're going to talk about what the future holds for all these companies. What's going to go on beyond 2025. But before we do, we got to take a look at this poll question. Everybody had a chance to vote. Good job, guys. 93 votes on an off night is very good. I appreciate everybody that took the time to vote. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll right now. Here are the results. So what's it going to be? The question was simply this: if you could have any arcade game ever created, what type would it be? You had 4 choices. Coming in at the number 4 spot was fighters. Do we have fighter fatigue? I think so. So fighters came in 4th place with 11% of the vote. Coming in at the number 3 spot is the beat 'em up. What? How dare you? The beat 'em up only got 17% of the vote. So drivers, shooters, which one won? It was with a whopping 45% drivers. Driving cabinets took the lead early and held the lead the whole way, coming in just a smidge under at 27% was shooters. So there is a real desire for driving cabinets from all these companies moving forward. So if you want to make a banger, Basic Fun / Arcade 1-Up, Iconic, if you're looking for a really good 2nd or 3rd cabinet, Unico, where are you at? We got to have a driver. The driving cabinet tends to be where it is at. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the channel. All the members, you stay right here. You're going to be automatically redirected to the after show, where we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to round out the year with a bang. Everybody else, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the channel. You have a blessed day, and I will see all of you right back here, not tomorrow, but the next day, the day after Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'll see you in a couple days. Peace.